Hello, Abnormal Investigations. I hope everybody's doing good. Got another drop for y'all. It has been very, very busy. We've had a lot of interviews. We're getting ready to do a lot of premieres. I think a lot of you really enjoyed the premieres when we done the premieres with the interviews on some of the people that we have on the show. So we're going to be trying out some premieres to see how y'all like them. So let me know what you think about those. All right, guys, I've got another encounter for you today. We're going to go ahead and drop into it. It was sent in to us, and always look forward to your opinions at the end, or even if you just want to say hi to one of us. We always appreciate hearing from you guys. You guys are family, and we appreciate you guys. So here is the first one. This happened when I was 11 years old. I used to have this old little electric mini bike. It went about 20 or so miles per hour and had a small little light on the front of it so I could see in the dark. I used to get to go back to my friend's house at night. On one particular summer night, I drove over to a friend's house on my mini bike at around 5 or 6 p.m. to play with him on his Xbox 360. I believe we played Call of Duty 4 or World at War, something like that. I'm not sure which one we played. All I know is that I stayed there till around 9 o'clock at night, and since my parents were easygoing parents and we lived about 2 miles away from his friend and from my friend, they didn't mind that I'd come home late or drive to my friend's house on a little mini bike, since it was at a decent speed. When I went outside of my friend's house, after I said goodbye to him, I went to go to my mini bike to drive back home. Keep in mind the whole way there around his house and mine too is largely wooded area. So we would always hear creatures moving around and always hear crickets. When I hopped on my mini bike, I heard nothing at all, not even any crickets. It was just silence. This was very odd because we always hear them and there are thousands of them in the woods. There was something that made them quiet. Take note that the mini bike was electric and didn't make much sound when it accelerated. Since it was summer, and pretty early in the summer, around mid July, it was still pretty light out at 9 p.m. Not too light, but enough to make, someone's face out. As I started heading home, I felt very uneasy, as if I was being watched and still heard nothing of the crickets. I was coming up on T Junction, where I would have to turn left to continue down that road for about a half a mile to make another left at a unlit intersection and continue going straight to my parents' house. As I was approaching the T junction, I could barely make out something in the trees straight ahead of me. I saw a pair of eyes in the trees, my first instinct thinking it was maybe an owl or something, because we get quite a few owls up here, until I saw it had blood red eyes. When I got closer, I could tell whatever the F the thing was not an owl, and its eyes were 9 feet off of the effing ground. Before I go on, I must say that there is a legend around here. I lived and have heard it many times in my life. Sasquatch would come out and hunt, which was obvious, or so I thought. I thought it was BS. I never believed in Bigfoot or any cryptids, but I saw these eyes and how far they were off the ground. I immediately thought of this legend. I almost had an accident in my pants when I saw this because I was a very paranoid person at the time, and I still am, and would always assume the worst. I was terrified, and I knew that I would have to make this T junction very fast and book it the F home. When I turned left, I was going as fast as I could on that little mini bike. I lost sight of the eyes and thought the thing had just fell off until I heard the woods that whatever this effing thing was easily keeping pace with me. I started crying at this point, and I kept driving as fast as I could down the road. I started approaching the intersection where the tree stopped, and there would be a bit of a clearing on all sides of it. And I saw a 9.5 foot tall, hairy, disgusting looking beast come out of the woods that was coming straight for me. I made the left as fast as I could, and I'm not sure if it was a miracle, but I saw a pair of headlights coming down the road. It turned behind me, and I saw the beast step into the woods because it knew it would be illuminated by the person's headlights. As soon as I passed the person, I heard the crickets again, and I hoped the beast had left. When I got home, I shut the garage door and locked every door and window in my house. My mom saw me, obviously uneasy, pale, and asked what was wrong, and I never told her or anyone whatever happened to me that night. I was afraid they would make fun of me. I don't know what that thing was, possibly a Sasquatch, but whatever it was, I hope I never see it again. I've since moved into a dorm at my college and seldom visit my parents who still live where they did when I was 11. I hope no one ever endures or sees the creature that I saw that night, even though people still talk about sightings in that area. Yeah, I would say there was definitely a Sasquatch in that area, and he was probably watching you. Sasquatch seem to be more curious than dogmen, not as apt, I don't think, to hurt you, but nonetheless, I still think that they are dangerous. And I'm glad you shared that story because I bet there's a lot of people out there that's been out walking or going somewhere that's felt that or been followed. I know I have, and my mom has, and a lot of my family's been followed without incident, but still, it scares you really bad, to have something like that following you, especially whenever it's dark and you hear the breathing and everything. Everyone, we're doing another Patreon drop that we could only drop on Patreon because if we dropped it anywhere else on YouTube, they would definitely flag me and probably remove my channel. If you're interested in the Patreon drops we're dropping, the link is in the description of this video. Come over and join. Look at all the photos we have in there. I have the audio files in there from investigations. So come and join us at Patreon. Check out what we're up to. Check out our Patreon video drops where we go really far down the rabbit hole and what we wouldn't be able to do here. Thank you all so very much for your support. And I must say one more thing. I'm going to ask one more favor, guys. I know I'm asking a lot of favors of my family right now. Could you please go and subscribe to our new Wide Open Adventures page, Oklahoma? It's not the same one as the Wide Open Adventures. This one is Wide Open Adventures, Oklahoma. I will put the link to it also in the description of this channel. Thank you all so much. Love you guys, and I know we can count on you. Logan always wanted to hit 2,000 subscribers on that channel, so did Hunter. So I would appreciate it if y'all would help us make that happen. I'll put the link again in the description. Thank you all so much, and we'll see you on the next one.